Hey YouTube, this is Kyle from Mr. K's Math and Science channel. Today's video is on simplifying algebraic expressions. So for our first example, the directions say to simplify the expression. The problem is 4 times the quantity, x plus 3, minus the quantity, 6x plus 2. There's really not much to this problem, although the steps to solving it look very complicated. That's really because I didn't want to skip any steps in showing you how to solve it. So there's probably some things here that you can skip if you're a little more savvy and aware of what's going on. I just didn't want to leave anyone hung out to dry here. So I already did a video on PEMDAS, which is our order of operations. We follow, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. So for the first step, we need to distribute the 4 into the x plus 3. So what that means is we take the 4 and we multiply it by the x and we multiply it by the 3. So in the third line down you can see I have 4 times x plus 4 times 3, and then I continue with the rest of the problem, the minus 6x plus 2. In the fourth line down we go ahead and evaluate, so 4 times x is just 4x, and then 4 times 3 is 12. So then we have to do the same thing with the next side, the minus 6x plus 2. And this is where I hope I don't lose you, but the minus in front of the parentheses, there's really a minus 1 there. It's not written, but there is a minus 1 to the left of that parenthesis. So it's minus 1 times 6x plus 2. And we need to distribute that minus 1 into the 6x plus 2. So then we rewrite the problem as 4x plus 12 minus 1 times 6x plus a minus 1 times 2. Then we can evaluate, and I skipped a step here. I changed colors on you and got kind of squirrely there, but it's 4x plus 12, and then the quantity minus 1 times 6x is minus 6x, and then the quantity minus 1 times 2 is minus 2. So sorry about changing the color on you there. But we get 4x plus 12 minus 6x minus 2. Then we want to combine like terms, so we want to combine our x terms and our non-x terms, and that's why I color coded them. So we have our x terms are in red, and our non-x terms are in green. So I was just kind of pointing out which two go together. So if you rearrange that, make sure you keep the sign with the number. Remember, the sign to the left of the number or the expression is associated with that expression. So you get 4x minus 6x plus 12 minus 2. And then that gives us minus 2x plus 10. And some teachers might let you leave it there, but really if we're simplifying, we're trying to go all the way down as far as we can. So we can factor out the greatest common factor. So the largest thing that we can pull out of 2 and 10 would be 2. That's what limits us. So we can pull out a minus 2. And that leaves us with minus 2 times the quantity x minus 5. And that's our final answer. Now for example 2, this problem is much faster, much easier. Same directions, simplify the expression. So the problem is 4m times the quantity 2 plus 6 minus 2m. So using PEMDAS, we start with parentheses. So the quantity inside the parentheses is just 2 plus 6, which we can do. We can evaluate that, so we get 4m times 2 plus 6, which is 8, and then minus 2m. So then we have 4m times 8 minus 2m. 4m times 8 is 32m minus 2m. Then we just combine our like terms, so 32m minus 2m is then 30m. And that's pretty straightforward. So we ended up doing a couple different things in this video. We had to simplify, we had to distribute, we had to combine like terms, and we had to factor. We also had to use order of operations, PEMDAS. So there's quite a bit of lessons in here. I did a couple videos on those already, so if you haven't seen those, please go take a look at those as a refresher. If you have any questions or comments about this video or would like to suggest content for future videos, send me an email, stein51687@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.